Good evening, guys. Simply H here again with another episode of Creatures from Before. This time we're going to have a look at a creature that we know in the West as a genie, but in Islamic theology, its name is Jinn. Jinn are said to be the creatures with free will made from smokeless fire by Allah, as humans were made of clay, among other things. According to the Quran, Jinn have free will, and Iblis abused this freedom in front of Allah by refusing to bow down to Adam when Allah ordered angels and Jinn to do so. For disobeying Allah, Iblis was expelled from paradise and called Shaitan, as we know it, Satan. Jinn are frequently mentioned in the Quran, such as Surah 72, named Surat al-Jinn, is named after the Jinn and has a passage about them. Another surah, Surat al-Nas, mentions Jinn in the last verse. The Quran also mentions that Muhammad was sent as a prophet to both humanity and the Jinn, and that prophets and messengers were sent to both communities. They are usually invisible to humans, but humans do appear clearly to Jinn, as they can possess them. Jinn have the power to travel large distances at extreme speeds and are thought to live in remote areas, mountains, seas, trees, and in the air, in their own communities. Like humans, Jinn will also be judged on the Day of Judgment and will be sent to paradise or hell according to their deeds. The social organization of the Jinn community resembles that of humans. Example, they have kings, courts of law, weddings, and mourning rituals. One common belief in Muslim law lists 5 distinct orders of demons: the Marit, the strongest type, the Ifrit, the Shaitan, the Jinn, and the Jan, the weakest type. A few traditions, or hadith, divide Jinn into 3 classes: those who have wings and fly in the air, those who resemble snakes and dogs, and those who travel about ceaselessly. Describe them as creatures of different forms, some resembling vultures and snakes, others tall men in white garb. They may even appear as dragons, onagers, or a number of other animals. In addition to their animal forms, the Jinn occasionally assume human form to mislead and destroy their human victims. Certain hadiths have also claimed that the Jinn may subsist on bones, which will grow flesh again as soon as they touch them, and that their animals may live on dung, which will revert to grain or grass for the use of the Jinn flocks. Ibn Taymiyyah, an influential late medieval theologian whose writings would later become the source of Wahhabism, believed the Jinn to be generally ignorant, untruthful, oppressive, and treacherous. He held that the Jinn account for much of the magic perceived by humans, cooperating with magicians to lift items in the air unseen, delivering hidden truths to fortune tellers, and mimicking the voices of deceased humans during seances. In Surat al-Rahman, verse 33, God reminds Jinn as well as mankind that they would possess the ability to pass beyond the furthest reaches of space only by His authority, followed by the question, then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? In Surat al-Jinn, verses 8 to 10, Allah narrates concerning the Jinn, how they touched or sought the limits of the sky and found it full of stern guards and shooting stars as a warning to man. It goes on further to say how the Jinn used to take stations in the skies to listen to the divine decrees passed down through the ranks of the angels. Surah al-Jinn, verse 9. But those who attempt to listen now, during and after the revelation of the Quran, shall find fiery sentinels awaiting them. The Quran forbids their association with God and advises men not to worship jinns instead of Him. Quran says, and they, pagan Arabs, imagine kingship between him and the jinn, whereas the jinn know well that they will be brought before him. Quran Surah 37, verse 158. Thank you so much for your time, and please tune in for the next episode. This was a good one. Good night.